Gardiner. You are too sensible to fall in love simply because you have been warned against it. So I shall warn you. Be on your guard against Mr. Wickham. Do not involve yourself or endeavor to involve him in an affection which want of fortune would make imprudent. The fact is, you must not let your fancy run away with you. But you have sense. We all expect you to use it.
Aunt, this is serious talk indeed. I am not at present in love with Mr. Wickham, but he is, beyond all comparison, the most agreeable man I ever saw. And although I do not want to make anyone unhappy, least of all you, Aunt Gardiner, young people seldom refrain from falling in love because of want of fortune. And how can I promise to be wiser than the rest of mankind?
Dearest Eliza, I shall depend on hearing from you very often.
That you certainly shall.
And I have another favour to ask you. Will you come and see me?
I believe I'm not likely to leave Kent for some time. My father and Maria are to come to me in March. Lizzy, will you promise to be one of the party? Indeed, you will be as welcome to me as either of them.
It is from Charlotte. She writes cheerfully and mentions nothing that she cannot praise. House, furniture, neighbourhood, roads, all to her liking. She finds Lady Catherine most friendly and obliging.
January the 12th. My dearest Lizzy, you will remember that 3 weeks ago, when our aunt was going into that part of town, I took the opportunity of calling on Miss Bingley in Grosvenor Street. I was very eager to see Caroline again, and I thought that she was glad to see me, though a little out of spirits. She reproached me for giving her no notice of my coming to London, and I thought it very strange that both my letters should have gone astray.
Very strange indeed.
My visit was not long, as Caroline and Mrs. Hurst were going out. I waited at home every morning for 3 weeks, and at length, today she came. I know, my dear Lizzy, you will be incapable of triumphing at my expense when I confess I have been entirely deceived in Miss Bingley's regard for me. She made it very evident that she took no pleasure in seeing me. When I asked after her brother, she made it clear that he knows of my being in town, but is much engaged at present with Mr. Darcy and his sister. I must conclude, then, that Mr. Bingley now no longer cares for me.
Poor, poor Jane. Still, at least she is no longer duped by the sister as she was by the brother. I hope Mr. Bingley does marry Miss Darcy, both for Jane's sake and as punishment for Mr. Bingley.
Who is that girl dancing with Mr. Wickham?
Her name is Mary King.
She's not very pretty, is she?
Beauty is not the only virtue, Maria. She has just inherited a fortune of £10,000, I understand. For Wickham to pursue Miss King all the way to Barnet, just for her £10,000.
My feelings are not only cordial towards Mr. Wickham, but impartial towards Miss King. So I could never have been very much in love, if I was at all. Odious Miss King to be Mrs. Wickham. You seem to take his defection harder than I do. You are all young in the ways of the world.
I understand, as my younger sisters are not yet able to, that handsome young men must have something to live on as well as the plain ones.